I'll just jump straight into this because the first and main thing you'll notice on the Nokia 9 PureView is the camera. Cameras. The PureView is focused apparently on photography enthusiasts. No really, the back of the phone has 6, count them 6 cameras which all share different functions. 5 of the cameras are all 12 megapixel, 2 being RGB and the other 3 are monochrome. The 6th is a time-of-flight camera which provides additional depth information. All 6 have a focal depth of 28mm. So the PureView doesn't feature a myriad of shooting modes. No, the intention here is that each camera works together to combine the information to create photos with spectacular dynamic range and unmatched, according to Nokia, depth detection. For anyone familiar with processing their photos from RAW, the PureView is aimed at you. When I mentioned a lack of shooting modes, this is because the information provided with each camera results in a photo that is intended to be tuned and edited using post-processing. So I wasn't kidding when I said that the PureView was intended at photographers. You won't be taking quick snaps on the fly using filters with this thing. Whether or not the PureView can stack up to a DSLR is something that someone with far more expertise than myself would have to answer. Obviously, things like the lack of lenses for the PureView hold it back, but then it is intended for a more efficient on-the-go photography while being able to provide competitive results. The Samsung Galaxy S10 is obviously the gosh darn hottest phone that Samsung has right now, but it hasn't stopped the release of a new budget model, the Galaxy M20. For a budget model, the M20 has a few decent specs. The screen, for one, despite obviously not being OLED or anything, has an impressive resolution of 1080 by 2340, and the battery is surprisingly a 5000 mAh. Obviously, a good screen and a battery don't a good phone make, but given the budget nature of the M20, these features are worth noting. Additionally, it uses USB-C, which some higher-end phones still don't use, and it also features a rear fingerprint scanner. Otherwise, the M20 is fairly straightforward. Between the two models, you have a choice between 32 and 64GB of storage and 3 or 4GB of RAM, as well as an SD card slot. And that's about it. There's very little more I can say, which is actually quite a good thing. The Galaxy M20 is such a straightforward phone, no fuss, and yet it boasts features that usually belong on the more mid-tier devices, making this an absolutely solid budget option. Another month, another Huawei. The P30 Pro is, are you ready for this, a better version of the P30. Shocking, I know. So the main question is what's different? What's new? What's been improved? Well, the camera is the main one, and by camera I mean 4. Yes, 4 cameras, each with different functions, which I will now quickly rattle off. 1. A 40 megapixel sensor with improved low light performance. 2. A periscopic lens allowing for hybrid zoom up to 50 times. 3. 20 megapixel autofocus 16mm ultra-wide lens. And 4. A TOF unit that enhances portrait shots. One quite interesting feature that won't get noticed is that there's no earpiece taking up space on the dewdrop notch at the top. Instead, the screen panel itself is acoustic and vibrates. Don't ask me how that works, but it's interesting and helps maximize space on the AMOLED, although it's only 1080p mind you. So the P30 Pro is certainly a step up from its smaller brother. Anyone considering the P30 but likes to have versatility with the camera will do well stepping up to the Pro. CeX.